Hey everybody, so here's the iX xDrive 50, all new, and I'm actually at an Electrify America charging station right now because I need to charge it up so I can drive all the way back to BMW, and it's quite far from here. It's about 100 miles, so I only had about 40 miles left to charge, 40 miles left to range rather, so now I'm charging it up, and so let's check it out. Let's check out the Electrify America charging experience for a moment. So I'm already plugged in. It's pretty simple. You just plug it in first. Just take the plug out, plug it in for anyone who's not familiar, and then you come over to the screen, you put in your card, and you do all that stuff. If you're a member, I guess you just hook up your account or whatever. I'm not, so I just use a guest account. So let's go to touch to return. So about 28%. Come on, the screens never work. Oh wait, charging time. Come on, back. Okay. What? Oh yeah, back. Exit. Okay. So, as you can see here, I'm charging at 157 kilowatts. So that is the fastest this charger will do. See, up to 150 kilowatts. It's actually kind of a bit quicker than it says. The iX will charge at 200 kilowatts or 195 kilowatts according to the car on the inside. So I only have another about half hour left, 36 minutes to 80% charge. I probably don't even need, I'm not even going to charge all the way that far because I don't need to. This car gets a surprising amount of range, so it's pretty good. And you can see the cost up there, how many kilowatt hours were charged, and how long I've been charging for. It's only 10 minutes. So yeah, it's pretty quick on 158 kilowatts now. That's pretty fast. So let's jump in the car, and I'll give you. It's starting to rain real heavy, so I'm going to get inside the car and show you the interior. So. Being the new iX, it comes with quite a lot of new stuff. For starters, this interior, as you can see, is entirely different than any other BMW interior you've ever seen. It is all new, completely unique. There's nothing about this car that is on any other BMW at the moment, aside from the i4. Excuse me, BMW. But even the i4 only has these screens. That's really the only similarities. Everything else is entirely new. So down here you have your cool little cantilevered center console here with your rotary dial. It is not crystal on this one. That's an option that this car does not have. It also does not have the wood trim, which I actually really like. This doesn't have that, which is cool because like the wood trim shows like the illuminated buttons through. It's really nice. But then you have the new iDrive 8 and the new digital dials. Now I'll get into that in a moment because right now the car is off. But first let's check out the charge. So as you can see here, it says 0 and 195. That's my charging speed. So obviously 0 is 0, and then 195 is the max charging speed this car can take. And as you can see, we're almost all the way up at 150. It said 158 before. It's almost 160 kilowatts. That's really fast. I have 33% battery with 107 miles of range, and the max of 324 miles. Now that's weird to me because every time I've gotten in this car and like charged it up, it's given me a different max range. Like when I first got into it, it was 311. When I charged it full, the first time I charged it full, it gave me a 288 mile range, and now it's giving me a max of 324. So that's a little, I don't know why it does that, but realistically though, I've tested this. This car will do a 300 miles of range. Realistically, without hypermiling it, like just driving it normal, you'll get 300 miles of range out of this car. And actually that's driving it like a bit of a hoon sometimes too. So let's turn it on. I was gonna say start her up, but let's turn it on. This is not like it's telling me to disconnect the charging cable, so it won't let me actually turn the car on if it's charging. But I can show you the infotainment screen. So let's go home to the home screen. So that's I Google Maps up, but let's go home. Okay, so here's the new iDrive screen, right? And this is iDrive 8, and for the most part you'll probably be familiar with the way it works. So you have a sidebar here with like, you know, some quick functions, some quick buttons, and then you have your big widget tiles here, so you can scroll through them all and you can customize where they are and all that stuff. It's very similar to iDrive 7 in that respect. The biggest differences between this and iDrive 7 are these, and I'll show you. One is up here. See that menu button? If you want to access any of the settings or anything in this car, any other apps, you click this, and then this will come up. And you have all these here's the all apps screen. So you have all these apps, and it's a lot, right? That's a lot to dig through while you're driving. That can get a little confusing. But oh, Mustang's coming to charge with us. Hello, Mustang. Don't interrupt my video. So you have all these apps here, and then this can be a little confusing, but BMW did something nice. If you press this, vehicle apps, it just gives you the main ones you'll need. You know, settings, windows, locks, interior lighting, and you can, again, customize where these are. So like I have my interior lighting button up there because that's probably the thing I use the most. I like to fiddle with the interior lighting, especially because my son likes to, makes me change the lighting. So let's say settings is what I will use the most. You just click, hold, and drag like on any other smartphone. So very easy to use. That's nice and easy. The other main feature, we'll use this home button down here to go back home. The other main change to iDrive 8 is this. I'll show you. If I click, if you notice, there's no like redundant physical climate controls. So you just have this climate menu bar here that's always there. So it doesn't matter what screen you're on. Like I'll show you. If I go to menu, obviously the climate bar is still there. So if I hit climate menu, okay, now my climate screen comes up. Now this car has dual zone climate control up front. So those zones are bisected by that vertical line right there. So this is the driver's zone. So as you can see, all my stuff's turned up. I got heated seats, heated steering wheel, all that stuff is on. And if I scroll over, that's all the stuff for the passenger, okay? And then if you want, you can just control the temperature right there, and that stuff always stays there, which is nice. It's fairly straightforward, pretty simple, but it does take a few button presses to get to. Like you got to press the climate menu, and then if you want, let's say, to do the rear passenger zone, which I did for my children today, you got to go into settings, and then rear climate control, and then you go over here and you can adjust that from there. So that's a little annoying, to be honest, but honestly the iDrive 7 was pretty similar too. So that's that. That's pretty similar though to what you've been used to. It's just all, mostly touchscreen now. You still have this controller, but it's kind of easier to just use the touchscreen because it seems more intuitive with iDrive 8 to use touchscreen. But aside from that, it's all pretty simple. Go to the nav here. The nav screen, come on. You don't want to go? Come on. Okay, there we go. All right, so the nav screen is nice and big. It's easy to use, and what I like is if you just, click destination input right there. Right up here, you see charging stations. So you just click charging stations, and it'll show you all the available charging stations. But here's what I like. Hopefully it loads quickly enough. Because if you're in a sort of charge panic, like you're getting low on range, you need to find one. You pull this up and it tells you where all the charging stations are. Now that's great and pretty normal, but what I like is it tells you what they are. So Electrify America, EVgo. It also tells you AC EVgo, DC EVgo. So it tells you like which ones are DC fast chargers. So that's pretty cool. And that'll help you determine, where you want to charge at, depending on speed. So that's cool. What else is new? So you have down here, you have a little wireless charging tray for your phone. You have 2 USB-C ports right there, cup holders. Now, a lot of people have complained about these cup holders because they're kind of like under this cantilevered thing here. So if you have to get your cup or whatever, you have to kind of reach down underneath. But I don't see it as a problem. Like you can just kind of grab it. It's not a big deal. Or grab it from over here. Especially if you have a taller bottle, it's pretty easy. So I don't think it's a problem. This is a little weird. It's like a phone dock. You can put your phone in there. And that's cool. It looked empty there, but you can put your phone in there and it holds it. But unless you have a really thick case, it just flops around as you drive because it's kind of big. So unless you have a really thick case, it's kind of actually annoying to keep your phone in there. But the materials are really nice. You got a leather dash. I love the way this screen floats here. It just kind of looks very premium and very cool. Leather dash. The seats are lovely. The material is great. They're super comfortable. Not very supportive when you're driving quickly, but when over long distances, they're super supportive. Get this POS electric car out of here? No. I will not. It's a great car, actually. It really has surprised me. And then over here you have, interestingly, BMW switched these seat controls over to the door. Very Mercedes-Benz-like, but it's what they did. And again, this car does not have the crystal pack, but if it did, these would be in crystal. and you have your memory seat controls here. Now this button right here is for the massage seat, so when I press that, I get the massage function over here, and then I can choose massage and do all the massage stuff. Again, a little annoying that I have to hit 7 buttons to do that, but that's exaggeration, obviously. It's hyperbole. Don't quote me on 7 buttons. But that is kind of annoying, but whatever. It's pretty easy. Electric door lock here, so you just press that, the door pops open. And what else is interesting? Well, the steering wheel's pretty cool. I like the steering wheel. I don't like how it's kind of hexagonal. It's a little annoying to have like points in a steering wheel. Like that bothers me a little bit. But I like the look of it, and I like the 2-spoke flat bottom design. Like it's pretty cool and high-tech looking. Another interesting tech feature is this. So if you can see the sunroof there, it just looks like a gray blob with some raindrops on it, right? But if I press this little button here, because it's an electrochromic sunroof, now it's transparent, so you can see, it's hard to see with the raindrops, but you can see like the light poles behind me, and it's very gray and rainy outside, so forgive me for not being able to see anything really, but you can see like the light posts, the light poles behind me. If I press it again, now the sunroof is opaque and you can't see them anymore. So it's pretty cool. It makes a little ding-dong noise when you press it. I don't know if people would prefer a regular opening sunroof to this, but this is probably a lot lighter, so I think that's why BMW did that, which helps. A little glove box here. Press that button, glove box opens. It's very nice. And it's covered in, like, all the lower dash is covered in like a sort of, it feels like a fabric-y kind of like sustainable recycled material, which is cool. I like it. It's not super comfy, like it's kind of rough, but I actually kind of like it because it gives it like a, I don't know, just a, you know, electric car sustainable recyclable feel. Like you kind of feel like you're saving polar bears with that right there, even though you're probably not, but whatever. It's cool. My only beef with this entire cabin, and Horatio and I have discussed this and argued about this, my only beef is this right here. That is cheap, scratchy plastic. This car's over 100 grand. And this one, oh no, this one's like 95 grand, this specific car. And that's unacceptable. I don't like that. But otherwise, it's lovely. This is heated right now, and it feels fantastic. The back seat is nice and spacious. As you can see, I have my car seats in there for my children. Nice and spacious. No transmission tunnel, so that's really good. Mind my children's crumbs. Yeah, but that's really about it. It's mostly design changes that are that different. The tech is pretty much the same. Like iDrive 8 is pretty much the same as iDrive 7, just a little more advanced, more touchscreen usage, and it's crisper and faster and it looks nicer. But the functionality is mostly the same. The new, I can't share the new digital dials right now because the car's plugged in and won't let me. But it's very cool, and I really like it a lot. And if you watch our other videos on Instagram, you can see it, and you'll see it in our review. And I do a range test in this car as well, so you'll see that. Yeah, for the most part, though, really, really cool car. I'm really enjoying driving it. Today is my last day with it, and I've really, really been impressed with it. This car has done 300 miles of range, no problem. It's bonkers fast. It's ridiculously comfortable and quiet. A fantastic cruiser, fantastic highway car, fantastic city car. Really impressed. This is a genuinely huge step forward for BMW, and one of the best EVs on sale, absolutely, without question. So that's the iX for now. Stay tuned to our other social media channels like Instagram and YouTube, and check the site for reviews because there will be more on this car coming soon. So thanks for watching, and that's the iX.